Okay, today we are going to do Module 3, Lesson 6. Let's look at our objective. Today we're going to write base 10 three-digit numbers in expanded form, and we're going to show the value of each digit. So let's take a look at this number that we have in our hundreds chart. Here we have our hundreds, here are our tens, and here are our ones. I have 1, 2, 2 hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4 tens, and 1, 2, 3 ones. Remember, when we write our number like this, we call it standard form. So my number is 243. Yesterday, we learned how to break a number into a number bond. If I use a number bond to break my number into its values, I have 200, which is 100, 200, 4 tens, which is 10, 20, 30, 40, and 3 ones, which is 1, 2, 3. So my number broken up into a number bond is 240 and 3. Today, we're going to use our number bond to write what is called expanded form. When I write a number in expanded form, I take the values of the hundreds, the tens, and the ones, and I add them together with the plus sign. So my expanded form for 243 would look like 200, So my expanded form would look like 200 plus 40 plus 3. I can use my number bond to help me write my expanded form for each number. Now let's take a look at another number. This number is already written in expanded form. We know it's expanded form because it uses the plus signs to put together each value of the digits. So let's take a look at what this number is. If I draw my place value chart, it can help me determine what the number is. So here's my hundreds, here are my tens, here are my ones. If I look at the first number, I have a 4. Well, 4 is ones, so I'm going to place a 4 in the ones column. If I look at my next number, this is 500. Well, 500 is hundreds, so I'm going to place a 5 in the hundreds column. And then my last number is 20. 20 is a 10, so I'm going to place a 2 in my tens. So my number is 524. So this is 524 in standard form. This is 524 in expanded form. So let's take a look at today's workbook page. You need to find Lesson 6 problem set in your workbook. It will look like this. So let's take a look at our directions. It says write each number in expanded form, separating the total value of each of the units. Remember, expanded form is where we have a plus sign. So I'm going to use a number bond to help me write expanded form. So here's my first number, 231. I'm going to first use a number bond to break up the number into its values. So here I have 2 in the hundreds, so that's 200. Here I have 3 tens, which is 30. And here I have 1 1, which is a 1. Now I'm going to use this number bond to help me write expanded form. So I'm going to write 200 plus 30 plus 1 to get my expanded form. let's do one more of these problems together. So let's take a look at number 2. Number 2, my number is 312. I'm going to use a number bond to break up my number into its values. So here I have 3 hundredths, so I'm going to write 300. Here I have 110, which is 10. And here I have 2 ones, which is 2. Now again, I'm going to add these values together to make my expanded form. So my expanded form would be 300 plus 10 plus 2. You are going to do the remaining 6 problems on your own. When you finish the first page, I want you to try the second page. So let's turn real quick to the second page so I can give you the directions. So here on this page, you're going to write the answer in number form or standard form. So here I have 2 plus 30 plus 100. I can draw my place value chart to help me figure out the number, or I can simply add these numbers together. So first, I'm going to use my place value chart. So here I have a 2. 2 is a 1, so I'm going to place it in the ones column. Next, I have a 30. 30 has 1 0 in it, so it's a 10, so I'm going to place a 3 in the tens column. And then here I have 100. 100 has 2 zeros. It's 100, goes in the hundreds column, so I'm going to place a 1 in the hundreds. So my number in standard form or number form is 132. I could have also simply added the numbers together. So if I add them together, 2 plus 30 would give me 32. And then 32 plus 100 would give me 132. So those are 2 ways to get numbers that are already in expanded form and put them in standard form. Let's do one more problem together. Let's look at number 10. So I'm going to do it both ways. So first I'm going to draw my hundreds, tens, and ones chart. I'm going to look at my numbers. So here I have 300. So 300 would go in my hundreds column. Next I have a 2, and 2 would go in a 1 column, because it does not end in a 0. And then last I have 10, and 10 would go in my tens column, so I'd put a 1 for 10. So my number is 312. Now, if I want to add it up, I could simply add. So I'd have 300, it's easier to start with the tens and ones. So I'd add my 2 plus my 10, which will give me 12. And then add my 300 plus my 12, which would give me 312. Either way works to get our number in standard form. So please finish both workbook pages. When you're done with the workbook lesson.